What's going on, everybody? Echo Ninja, the ninja that's kicking it with you all day, every day. And today we are going to be watching none other than Loki. As you can see behind me, we're watching Season 2, Episode 3 of Loki, titled 1893. So, my thought process is that my mustache is getting into my mouth, which is weird. The thing that I'm thinking is that this is probably going to coincide with what we saw from Quantumania and things that we've seen in trailers and all that other jazz. But right now is not the time for speculation because we need to react first before we speculate. So, if you enjoyed all these cool things that we've been doing for Marvel and as we did for Ahsoka for Star Wars, please drop the like. It does help, and it helps us figure out what you like for us to do more on this channel. Subscribe if you're new, and make sure you hit the bell to make sure you are up to date with anything that we do here on the channel. And without further ado, I'm just going to start this because, you know, because it's Loki. Let's go! That's awesome. That's awesome. They're playing it in the carnival music. That's great. Oh, 1868 on the sacred timeline.
This can't be the right.
A young Kang. Is that Nathaniel Richards? Are they still gonna flow with that? Damn. They are changing the course of, well, I don't know if it's changing the course of history or, well, it's on the sacred timeline, so they're not really changing history.
How could I have forgotten? Chicago World's Fair, 1893. The White
This is the same, oh, it's on a branch timeline though.
Yes, hot air balloons.
You on 4th of July, Ghost Clock continues to haunt the Midway.
Ghost Clock.
Wasn't that told?
Don't get jealous, Loki. This just makes me think of Red Dead Redemption. Love that game. I suggest you guys play that game.
It moves through each.
Excellent suggestion. I agree.
Oh, come on.
The amazing Loki, everyone! He'll be here all week!
Shit!
Cold type. Perhaps I could come by next week. Maybe adjust the settings.
Next week.
Next week. Fine.
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 He's a con artist. Ha!
Trousers? Timely!
Excuse me.
He is a con artist.
This is your moment.
Oh shit!
This is on you.
No, this is on you!
And we work together at the end of time. I'm here because I know what a great man you can be.
Oh god. You got an artificial intelligence jealous over a human woman.
You.
Look at Miss Minutes. She getting a little jelly!
I have high hopes for this partnership.
He doesn't do partners though.
You liked Ravona better than me.
This is creepy as hell, yo.
Your girl. Victor, what are you doing? Put that down. Don't do this for a team. You need me. I love you.
Oh hell no!
Whoa! 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 I love. Wow! Wow! Oh my god! Wow!
Okay, things are getting quite strange. It's very
Back of the big picture here.
You have no idea what it takes to... I'm order.
No.
And there's Sylvie. And she's chaos.
I know a really big one about you. I can tell you, but
But what?
it's gonna make you real angry.
So, we have a jealous, homicidal AI, a hungry powered, a power hungry, employee of the TVA, I should say, Renslayer. We have a god. Oh, sorry, a rogue. Yeah, we have. Sorry. Okay, so we have a jealous, emotional, crazy AI. We have a rogue TVA director. We have a god, two gods. And time itself is going nuts over one man. I have to say, this episode had a lot to pack. And I do have to, since there's, I think, 6 or 7 episodes or something like that, I think this might be, if not the next episode, the breaking point. I'm thinking this might be the breaking point. Because even though like Renslayer and Miss Minutes have put Victor Timely on the path, he ended up being in the sacred timeline. And then he branched it when he got that book. So this kind of begs a question, though. Hear me out, people. Hear me out. This is an out there thing. If they go with the fact that Kang is a part of the Reed bloodline, could Reed Richards be a variant of Kang? I know it sounds weird, it sounds crazy, but it's interesting to think, or better yet, I've always had this theory that if they put the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom, or when they put Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom into the MCU, I always had the thought that they would possibly make Reed Richards and Victor Von Doom brothers. And if they did, could Victor Von Doom be a variant of Kang? Oh man, that would be interesting. It would make lots of sense either way they do it, to me anyway. Only because you got literally he's the smartest guy in the room, both of these two. One has literally created a device that can cripple gods, cosmic beings. And another one has literally, and this is in the comic universe, has literally literally made himself so omnipotently powerful. It can go either way if they do that. But that's neither here or there. So we got both Loki and Sylvie trying to go after Victor Timely, and Victor Timely, he seemingly looks like the person to of course be the he who remains, but he's also, and that's where I'm starting to. He's a part of a branch timeline, but that's where I'm kind of focused on so much. She went to the sacred timeline in 1868. I want to say that was 1868 or 1863, one or the other. And that was in the sacred timeline. Then he branched the timeline. Then the timeline was branched the moment he got that book. And then he started doing all these creations from the book. So even though it was He Who Remains' plan to do that, with the fact of, even though it was his plan to kind of do all these breadcrumbs that Miss Minutes was telling Renslayer to do and stuff like that, it still harkens back on the recording that we hear in the past talking about partnership and stuff like that with Renslayer. But here's the caveat. Victor Timely does not do partners, as we saw. But and I know everybody's going to be like, well, that was Miss Minutes' whole thought process, but that was Victor's whole idea from the jump. If you guys were checking out when he was done with his demonstration, and the one guy wanted a partnership, and he wasn't having it. He didn't want a partnership. So now that Sylvie has brought Renslayer to the end of time, and Victor Timely is in the TVA, I have a feeling that it's either going to create, even though he's already a different Kang, it's going to create a brand new He Who Remains, possibly, if Renslayer doesn't end up being the He Who Remains, or She Who Remains, or They Who Remain. Who knows, whatever. But we haven't seen the last of Miss Minutes and Renslayer. We already know that. The TVA might be able to fix the temporal loom, but there's some other questions that needs to be answered with Victor Timely when he gets to the TVA. And then also Loki being faced with someone who is terrifying in the most terrifying way. I mean, we saw He Who Remains. We saw Kang the Conqueror in Quantumania, who is just a sliver of what is to become, this episode has a lot to pack up, it's a lot packed into this episode, and oh man, it's the level, if I may say, the level of thrill, like the thriller and the thriller genre aspect of this season is higher than last season. Last season was mainly a mystery and action in a way. This season, it's diving into the thriller genre. It's diving into more of the mystery and the drama. Definitely the drama more. Because like now there's this thing where you know everything. At the end of Loki season 1, you knew everything now. Until the very end. And then now you're like, I don't know what the hell's going on now. And everything is up in the air now in this season. Anything can happen. And it's kind of crucial. This season of Loki is very crucial for the future of this of the next 2 phases. The next half of this current phase and the next phase, which will be the other half of phase 5 and phase 6. But we'll just have to see, guys. I know it seemed like I was blabbering a lot in different areas, but that's what this episode made me how it made me feel, because like, and I'm not saying it made me confused. It made me think a lot, and I like that. And it made me venture into new thought processes that I didn't think I was going to think in. It's a lot of thinking. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this episode, please drop a like. And if you are new, hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit the bell to be updated on all things Marvel. That way. Marvel. Or Star Wars or anything like that. Comment down below on your theories on what you think. If you think I'm crazy, that they might do Reed Richards or Victor Von Doom as a Kang variant, put in the comments down below if you think I'm crazy, or if you have your own theory on that can expand that. I love to hear it. Love to hear it so much, because I really, really am going to do extreme research on this. And I'll definitely put out a video for it, because I want to see people's thought process on this. So, if you could please throw those comments, I will read them all, no matter how little they may be or how much they may be. I will read them all, and we'll see what we can come up with. Until then, guys, make sure that you join us next week for more Loki. Excuse the fact that the second episode came out later. I've had some unfortunate events that have happened lately, and things were kind of up in the air, but we're back on track now. The other episode should be out around the same time this is, which is very weird for the algorithm, but give love to both of those as much as you can, so we can keep this going. All right, see you guys next week for more Loki. Peace.